Oke, balik lagi sama gue, Saidak di Dark Production. Kali ini gue baru aja kelarin quest yang mana? Yang ini, Lost Riches. Dan sekarang gue pengen cobain testernya si Ganyu karena baru keluar dan gue juga baru sempat main lagi, udah lumayan lama. Dan hari ini gue baru lihat udah hampir 12 jam dari dia keluar dan gue baru melihat, gue baru sempat main dan ya kita lihat testerannya gimana. Dan nanti mungkin setelah quest dan lain-lain gue akan coba untuk wish, tapi ya gue bakal tahu dapat primo game berapa, terus historinya juga kita lihat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oke, 9 kali 6 54 tambah 2 berarti sekitar 56. Kalaupun gue dapat ini kan 700, kalau gue dapat sekitar 900 jadinya 1600 dan itu 10 kali. Tetap aja ya wishnya kayaknya kecil banget untuk dapat, tapi ya kita lihat aja. Oke, pertama kali gue akan coba dulu untuk test run buat si Ganyu, lumayan 20 primo game. Ini karakter yang cukup lama gue tunggu-tunggu dari pertama kali dia keluar di eventnya di storynya Albedo. Gue suka banget sama karakter ini. Pertama dari warna keseluruhan karakternya, dan tiba-tiba ditongolin sama merah-merah yang di tanduknya itu dan hitam. Itu komposisinya gue suka banget. Di luar dari ya dia mungkin bagi sebagian orang bisa jadi waifu ya, cuman gue suka banget Ganyu ini. Plus dia juga ice, jadi gue butuh banget karakter ice. Soalnya gue punya kaya, tapi ya semua orang pasti punya kaya, tapi gue entah kenapa dari awal nggak suka sama kaya, jadi ya gitu. Oke, gue coba dulu. Jadi kalau nggak salah nya itu tuh kayak si Mona ya, tapi bedanya dia S. Oh ya, gue liat dulu dia pakai weapon apa. Dikasih level 80, max HP-nya 17.000, attack 1400, defense 556, stamina di fullin, terus crit rate sama crit damage. Oke, lumayan. Ini default kayaknya enggak deh. Gue nggak tahu bisa lihat artifact apa enggak, tapi kita lihat nanti. Yang gue tahu bisa lihat si weapon, dan ini kayaknya weapon doang deh. Weapon pakai Favaness War Bow. Oke, refinement ranking 1. Crit. Oke, berarti energy recharge fully. Dan main critical rate. Terus kita lihat artifaknya, dia pakai Braveheart. Oke, ini kalau gue rasa sih artifak Braveheart itu artifak standar banget ya, yang bener-bener awal pasti lo dapet. Constellation 0. Oke, talent 8. Dan ini semua kebuka. Oke. Tadi apa lagi yang mau gue lihat ya? Elemental Mastery. Oke, kalau gue pengen ya udah nggak bisa lagi. Gue pengen tahu dia base dasarnya tuh dapat apa. Soalnya ini bisa kelihatan di sini. Tapi nggak apa-apa kalau nggak bisa. Mungkin setelah gue dapetin gue bisa lihat. Ini nggak ada waktu kan? Atau 4 detik ya? Oke, gue liat dulu nya bisa ditahan apa enggak. Oke, nya bisa ditahan, jadi cuma masuk mundur. Dan sekarang gue akan melihat ultinya. Oke, ultinya keren banget buat gue. Energi recharge banget ini sih emang. Ini ulti belum habis, gue bisa ulti lagi. Oke, energi recharge 160 kayaknya cukup dengan kalau ketemu banyak musuh kayak gini. Ini sih gila sih, energi recharge gila. Tapi gue nggak bisa ngelihat dia jadi DPS. Dia lebih ke apa ya, sub DPS atau support. Tapi kita coba lihat. Gue pengen coba gue deep aja. Mati gak sih mereka? Gue gak akan mukul, dan gue juga pengen lihat ketika gue nggak mukul sama sekali gue tetap dapat energi apa enggak. Tetap dapat, dan gue bisa 2 kali kan. Oke, yang satu tadi hilang langsung. Dan ini cukup unik ya. Kenapa unik? Enggak. Ini karena dia emang air, makanya dia beku. Kalau dia nggak air nggak bakal beku. Ini makanya dikasih ini buat kombonya. Ini benar nggak bisa habis sih. Ini kocak. Tunggu. Oh, itu Ayaka, sorry. Yang bisa lari kayak si Boda itu Ayaka. Bahkan nggak ngapa-ngapain. Kelar dong. Oke. Attack 200. Elemental Master kecil apa dong? Tapi yang pasti emang energy recharge-nya kayaknya mesti segini kalau mau cepet banget isinya. Oke. Ini akan sesuai target gua akan naik gua akan coba dapetin dia. Cuma nggak tahu, mungkin kapan gua nggak tahu. Mudah-mudahan sih bisa sebelum bannernya hilang. Dia kalau nggak salah 2 minggu kan. Oke, kita lihat. Gua sapa aja yang ada di sini, berharap bisa dapetin semuanya. Oke, test run gue ambil dulu. Lumayan 20, dan gue lihat Ganyu story quest. Oke. Gue disuruh balik ke teleportnya Jade. Kita lihat ada 2 quest di Liu Ye yang baru keluar sejak versi yang baru 1.3 kan ya sekarang. Kayaknya 1.3. Dan salah satu questnya adalah balik ke Jade Palace. Ada beberapa YouTuber yang mati kali, jangan tuh ya Barbara gue. Ada beberapa YouTuber yang glitch buat balik ke Jet Palace, tapi dengan adanya quest itu, ini gue auto dulu. Tapi dengan adanya quest itu, gue yakin sebenarnya sooner or later kita bisa naik lagi ke atas. Jadi gue rasa nggak perlu ikut-ikutan nge-glitch. Ya ikutin aja story-nya.
Servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries, not servants.
Have you seen Miss Ganyu, traveler? It has been several days
Oke,
since
Ganyu
left
hilang.
for Juyun Karst. She's the general secretary of the...
Even though the Qixing have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liyue, they still want to pay their respects to the Illuminated Ones. They commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Juyun Karst and bring the Adepti the latest news about the crisis. Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual responsibilities by now, but she's disappeared without a trace.
Is that so? Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour. Who can blame her after working so hard?
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious person in all of Liyue. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying there is still so much to do.
Ya, setahu gue salah satu hobi dia tuh kerja.
Excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is. But she's half Adeptus. She wouldn't get in trouble, right? Why do you look so upset?
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
Speaking of Juyun Karst, traveler, I've heard that you can go in and out of there as you please.
Of course, we've been there lots of times.
That's good news. Could you go to Juyun Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us? Preferably before we collapse under the... we're saved. I remember Miss Ganyu said that she'd be visiting
Plot
Private
detail
Tutor's
tersebut.
abode.
Ini
You might as
gua
well
nggak tahu
start
yang mana
looking for
sebenarnya.
her there.
Ada
It's
3
about
adepti.
time she came back
Ada
to
3
work.
adepti.
Otherwise,
Dan gue nggak inget nama panggilan mereka apaan.
Perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay again.
Overtime pay. Okay. See the clouds, see the people.
So Ganyu left to visit Cloud Retainer. Doesn't she live in Mount Aozang? We should hurry up. Paimon hopes...
Karena gue nggak apa, jadi gue pakai quest helper Mount Aozang. Kalau di PC itu gampang ya, tinggal pencet V, ntar dia auto. Kayaknya kalau di mobile juga tinggal tap bagian yang itu aja. Cuma gue nggak inget kalau pakai controller di PC. Sejak gue pindahan, gue udah lumayan lama nggak pakai controller, jadi udah lumayan gak terbiasa lagi. Especially gara-gara gue setup meja PC gue dengan posisi yang nggak enak buat pakai controller. Jadi kalau mau pakai controller itu mesti kayak lu main di sofa terus lu ngeliatin TV. Nah, sedangkan setup table PC gue sekarang lebih kayak ya buat PC. Oke, kayaknya di sini. Ganyu cantik amat.
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here?
Bisa jawab nggak? Private.
I shouldn't. I have left the human world.
Hmm?
Please contact the Yuehai Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Huh? You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time until I had to leave. My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishu. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me.
Dia baper. Ganyunya baper.
I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Juyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind. I feel better now.
What?
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Cloud Retainer? We're terribly sorry. We just...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow. You Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. The matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Cloud Retainer.
Kilas merah.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your
Kalian
friends
juga
would...
cute.
Whoa, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, often to touch her horns, she was elsewise loath to sleep.
Wow.
So cute.
Not she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball.
Paimon
The
please
day
diam.
Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Juyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Juyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Juyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Juyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Juyun Karst. At her behest, one has organized training for her to achieve that end. She should be in the southern part of Mount Aozang right now, preparing for the trial.
Huh, is that so? Let's go take a look then.
Teleport aja. I'm too lazy.
So here you are, Ganyu.
Why did you come here? Humans should not remain in the realm of Adepti for too long.
Apa?
Considering the kindness you have shown me, I can let you stay for the Adeptus training.
Yay!
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the abilities of others.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall begin the training.
Oke, kita coba trainingnya. Lucu suaranya. Aduh. Hah? Dua belas. Yang bener aja.
There's a lot of gliding around. It does feel like something Cloud Retainer would come up with.
Pantesan ini sih temen gue yang pakai mobil dibilang ini nggak apa namanya, nggak friendly buat mobile user. Gila.
Wow! Ganyu's a really awesome shooter.
If you could see through the eyes of an Adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised.
Ini matanya juga mesti jeli lagi. Oke, tadi gue berharap kena di atas, ternyata nggak kena. Ini kalau lu ngelihat agak-agak geter, itu gara-gara gue entah kenapa beberapa hari ini kalau gue buka aplikasi lain, ini ada angin nggak sih? Oh, ada angin. Udah buka tuh. Tadi belum deh. Gila. Oke. Langsung karena itu bisa 3. Excited.
Completed the task. What do you think?
Being adapted is not easy.
Hardships are a fact of life, both for the Adepti and humans alike.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
The training's not over yet. The part prepared by Cloud Retainer is only the first trial.
Oh my god.
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is conqueror of demons.
Xiao.
So it's
Oh, bener.
that cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared to try it for you?
I found him unapproachable at first too. But I believe that he's already waiting for me.
Of course we are.
Oke, karena dia di bawah, nggak usah teleportan.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer.
I don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training. That's all.
Xiao is such a strict teacher.
You're neither an Adeptus nor a human. Always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion. Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
I have nothing to hide.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of your body.
Ini bajunya Xiao kok mirip sama si MC ya? Di bagian ini yang ada Xiao ini tuh dia ada warna apa kayak ada ngegantung. Xiao juga punya.
Yes. I'm ready.
Dan tapi Xiao punya ini nih. Tadi gue pikir dia nggak punya. Tuh batu apa namanya, pokoknya itulah tuh di tangannya. Terus itu di kirinya topeng mana sih? Oh, ini topeng di belakang. Oke. Sekarang
Focus on the trot.
Galak bener. Bisa summon 2. Kayaknya ada perubahan ya Talon. Constellation. Sebentar. Using the trail of killing, cause the next frost flag arrow shot within. Hah? Arrow shot tuh apa ya? Talent. Celestial shower kah? Frost flag arrow shot. Frost flag arrow shot itu apa ya? Using trail of killing. Oh, using trail of killing. Oh, ini. Continuously turn surrounding opponent, threatening them to attack. Tapi tadi ada the next frost flag arrow shot within 30 seconds. Using Trail of Killing, cast the next frost flag arrow shot within 30 seconds to not require charging. Tapi ini Apa itu? Gue nggak ngerti nih. Gue nggak ngerti constellation yang kedua, yang terakhir. Ini, ini. Trail of Chilin itu yang skill E-nya. Menggunakan Trail of Chilin mengakibatkan the next frost flag arrow shot within 30 seconds do not require charging. As if gue bisa dapat full constel aja. Biarin aja nih. Protect. Oke. Oh ya, aku mau ngeliat ininya masih sama nggak? Energi recharge turun, HP naik, level 82, attack juga naik. Pakai apa dia? Kok dia bisa dapet ginian? Artifaknya 16, elemental burst damage nambah 20%. Oke. Dan ternyata nggak lebih susah dipakai sih kalau menurut gue, jujur.
I've completed your trial.
You don't have to report that to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training.
Kan ngasih tahu
Only you can
kelar.
evaluate the result of this trial.
Xiao always had such strong opinions.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficult.
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis. I finally come upon the Adepti. Are all of you the Adepti of this
Kok lu
mountain?
goblok sih?
Great. My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please grant me luck, wealth, and a good career.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim.
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an Adeptus in training.
Perfect. I didn't come in vain then. What blessings can you grant me?
Nothing.
Straight to the point.
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adept?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earnest living. It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardships, but are also full of joy. A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like us city folk? You sure you're not one of those swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? Enough. Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Nobody's stopping you. Ganyu, don't let that go.
It's not his behavior. The things he said. He
Kok
was
mukanya
right.
merah lagi?
I thought that coming back to Juyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an Adeptus again. But being questioned by him made me realize that But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
It's true. Just believe us.
Alright. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor if I'm proven right.
Good.
It's a step in the right direction. Let's go.
I can get used to this.
We're finally there.
I'm...
Come on, Ganyu. We're almost there. You don't want to turn back now, do you?
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite...
That's right. Where do you...
I spent too much time in the mountains. Let's go for a walk in the park.
Happy to come with.
Jauh amat port yang dia mau capai.
The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that.
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't...
That's true.
Well, when I think about my time here, it put me in a certain mood. Similar to the one...
Why, isn't it little Miss Ganyu?
Little. Kan dia lebih tua dah loh.
I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here. You were always so terribly
Rambutnya
busy.
Ganyu tuh lucu, bagus.
Please don't also start calling me that.
Nggak apa lucu.
Allow me to introduce Uncle Tian. He is...
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Leo after all, and I am the one who has yet to introduce myself.
Uncle Tian is a member of the Leo Chising.
Wow, pantesan.
His grandpa is a member of the Chising? The same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards. In most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old man.
Uncle Tian is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
Oh, little Miss Ganyu. Your kind words make me feel that my decades of hard work haven't been in vain.
Uncle Tian, a person of your standing should really stop calling me Little Miss Ganyu.
Oh, my apologies. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Chising.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades now, huh?
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Chising secretary. It's nothing worthy of your gratitude.
Talking about secretaries, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu, I believe you know my daughter, Huixin. She seems to be a bit troubled recently.
Yes, she works at Yua High Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help her?
I don't know myself, really. She's all grown up now and doesn't like to ask for my help. May I trouble you to meet her at UAI Pavilion?
With pleasure. Solving the Chising's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character, just like that, huh? Let's move then to Yuhai Pavilion.
Teleport saja.
Miss Gunn, I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of...
Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Chising to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from Yua High Pavilion.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange while organizing tax records. There are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of 2 stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I question the shopkeepers or check their accounts, I can't seem to make any progress with my investigation. Without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can...
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. All right. Let's approach it this way then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to their similar wares. In that case...
In that case... Ah! I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is... Bolai, isn't it?
Yes, you're right. Follow me, please.
Licik banget Ganyu. Cantik-cantik, lucu-lucu, tapi serem strategi yang dipakai. Politik adu domba, men. Kurang serem apa lagi? Hah? Oh, di bawah.
Aha, we meet again, traveler. I suppose you're about to...
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from should we need to place such an order. We would certainly go to Second Life instead.
What? Second? Ugh. That rascal Dongshan. He's...
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent.
Tax records? Thriving?
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr. Bolai?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully. Line by line and word by... Ah, here, I found it. That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction. No wonder there was no trace of it.
I told you so. Just as I expected. Ugh, I can't...
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this transaction?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supply...
Aha! You're right! Master Lu from Fanmu...
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chingsa Village.
Jauh
Thank you for
amat.
shining a light on this case, Mr. Balai.
Oh, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the evidence. That's the best way to show your gratitude.
I'm afraid I can't go to Ching.
It's all right, Wei Shi. You can stay and leave.
Oh, that's so considerate.
Jauh. Dan udah 49 menit loh, buset. Tapi dibandingin cerita Albedo ya, atau even Albedo kan bukan story quest ya, tapi dia emang literally quest. Gue lebih enjoy story quest ini sih daripada quest Albedo. Nggak tahu kenapa. Mungkin emang story quest itu lebih menarik kali ya dibandingin main quest Ya sebenarnya main quest itu harusnya jauh lebih menarik sih.
I'm usually happy
Tapi
to
story
take
quest
new
itu kayak
apprentices,
ceritain
but
backstory gitu.
I'm
Jadi
afraid I can't take too many at once. But I'm always around if you're
menurut
keen
gue
for a
lebih
chat.
oke.
Kingsa really is full of lonely old people.
Kan goblok kan.
Hey, I heard that, Flying One.
I'm sorry.
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some questions.
Don't worry, I know. You're from the UI Pavilion, right? Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well, whatever. You said that you want to ask me something.
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Gangshin from Second Life had Gangshin bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Oh, it's about Second Life.
Sure enough, Mr. Balhai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Gangshin otherwise.
Of course you can. But I'm not so... I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here at Fun. As for old documents and such, but some troublemakers have recently moved there, invading my warehouse. Since you need that invoice anyway, it may be...
So that's what happened.
I'll leave you to it then. I know...
Take back the warehouse, find the invoice. Time for us to show our stuff in a fight.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers. Ah, over there.
Oh,
Anjir, skirmish dong.
it's one of the Fatui.
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse.
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation... We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Fatui. Besides, I can already my intuition as the secretary of the Qixing.
What are we waiting for?
Ini gue jadi agak ragu gue bakal dapat Primo game. Men. Dan gue gak bisa pakai Ganyu. Oke, hitung.
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan. No?
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever your scheme, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the...
Fine. If you really want...
About to what?
Ambil bunga, tuh kan bener. Ya, angka bunga sih, biaris.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a silly excuse.
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were great berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Jinxa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people. What could I be scheming anyway?
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does seem like he feels like he's the victim.
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse, I swear. I only came here...
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I misjudged the situation and offended our exchange only
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us for Tui.
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve this problem with force once again.
Come on then.
Darn you.
Makanya parah nih sadis sih juga ternyata.
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
Gila.
What a bittersweet ending.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent too much time away from work.
No worries.
keep moving towards Master Wu's warehouse. Our...
Ada teleport nggak? Oke, bisa. Oh, di situ warehouse-nya. Oke. Ini, oh dia.
The warehouse. Seems like those televisions were nothing more than a computer. Let's show them what we got.
Masih ada dong, kira udah kelar. Nih, taruhnya ngasal banget dah. Ini kah? Bo ya naruh dokumen yang bener gitu. Terus gimana? Di belakang. Ya Allah. You hate pavilion. Oke. Paimon diam. Asik.
Keep my word. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between second...
Oh, thank you so much.
Agreed. How about we go...
Isn't it? Macy, I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. I do hope that my business won't be affected by...
Groundless accusations? But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just...
What? Proven guilty?
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling under time for the finishing blow.
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice. Master Lu, I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Bolai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? He's got his own share of dirty laundry.
Oh? Mr. Gongsheng, I'd like to hear a little more about this dirty laundry. Would you care to elaborate?
Gila, strateginya sadis.
I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you. That's... I must say, your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's old tricks. I just took some inspiration from it.
My father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position. That's how Uncle Tian managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tian's daughter, you'd naturally grasp, so I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. I'm really grateful, Miss Ganyu.
Ganyu solved both Boishin's work and family problems.
Oh, you've helped me so much.
That's not necessary. No need to be so.
Then let me treat you to a meal.
Alright, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat. Oh, come on. It's just a meal.
If it's just a meal, there's no...
Actually, I've already booked Senor Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare.
Alright. We dare not refuse...
No time to lose.
Three months in the future.
Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the two of you, your presence is also much appreciated.
That's so kind of you, Huishin. You went to great lengths to organize this.
Truth be told, apart from thanking you for all the help, there's something I'd like to tell you.
Oh? If there's anything I can help you with, just tell me straight away. No need to hesitate.
Oh, no, I don't really need help. Could you just listen for a bit?
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I've only decided to join the Yuhai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuhai Pavilion turned out to be an arduous task. I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself as a result.
I disagree. You're a great secretary in your own right.
Thank you. Over the years, I became a mother, too.
So Uncle Tian is a grandpa.
Influenced by my youthful ideals, she followed my footsteps and came to be a secretary at the Yuhai Pavilion, too. At first, I was worried about her. It's not an easy job, after all. To tell the truth, but after all that happened this time, I made up.
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her senior colleague. You'll help her, gentle as always. Tell her your mom used to do it like that. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much much to ask for. She might still need your guidance in 20 plus years, too.
Huishi, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness makes people
Witness? It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history, but I've always regarded it as nothing more than the source of my loneliness. Huishi, you don't know how important those words are to me. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor. Apart from my contract with Rex Lapis, they rely on me, accept me, and long for me to bear witness to their stories.
Of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
That's right. That's why I can't disappoint you.
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up!
Even if I've really been supplanted, I wish to fight for my place. I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary. Regardless, I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already?
Shit, kepiting gede banget. Lebih gede pala dia daripada lebih gede kepiting daripada pala. Gila. Kepiting apa ini? Oke, kayaknya gue mesti teleport, ya kan, bener. Gue males nyari jalannya buat naik ke atas. Terus gue nggak pernah jalan kaki ke atas. Gue selalu teleport. Nih ya, lo lihat tuh. Kalau nggak gue lompat dari rumah ke rumah. Nggak tahu gue masuk lewat mana.
Baisha, are you okay? Did you fall asleep? Look who's back.
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long. If we didn't take a break,
we wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Anjir.
We've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the human world.
Anjir,
to save
parah
life.
bangke.
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work, please.
All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the tasks that haven't been started, and those that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course. We'll do it.
Oh, finally.
Yes, there's one more thing. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship, I would still be embroiled in... To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work.
Kata siapa gue human?
It makes me happier than I could have imagined.
Paimon aja bukan human.
I want to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would you say if I
Okay.
accompanied you on one of your trips?
Sure, but are you...
Let's cross that...
Quest komplit. Terus udah gak ada apa-apa. 60 doang. Ngimpi banget gue dapet 900. Ngimpi dapet 900. Nggak mau. Gue sengaja belum naik ke World 7 karena gue ngerasa gak penting buat naik ke World 7. Oke, kita lihat 800. Ini aja dulu ya. Kita kelarin. Itu udah kelar ya? Daily commission belum kan? Nah, ini dulu. Habisin apa namanya? Ini dulu konsentrasin, baru kita summon, kita wish yang nggak tahu dapat berapa. Oke. Di sini gue sengaja nyari artifak buat dialog karena substatnya jelek banget, masih jelek banget. Ini masih jauh dari apa yang gue bilang perfect. Bahkan gue berharap 80% dari apa yang gue pengen aja tuh belum. Jadi baru sekitar 50% lah. Itu 50% karena stat doang kan, belum substat itu belum masuk sama sekali. Ya Allah. Gue akan cukup 2 kali pakai condense karena emang cuma punya 2. Tapi di satu sisi ya kan cuma butuh 3. Apa sih yang jelas. Kita lihat attack lumayan, energy recharge juga lumayan karena ya seperti yang tadi kita lihat si siapa Ganyu itu butuh banyak energi recharge 160 lah. Oh nice. Ini bagus banget. Oke, kita dapat yang bagus akhirnya sekali loh, langsung dapat yang bagus buat Ganyu. Gue nyari buat si child itu udah susah payah banget. Udah kurang. Tunggu. Gue ngomong seolah-olah gue bakal dapet Ganyu dalam waktu dekat ya. Padahal gue nggak tahu dapet Ganyu kapan. Cuma emang gue akan pastiin gue akan dapet Ganyu karena gue butuh ice karakter. Ini kayaknya gue ada delay deh. Gagal kelamaan. Oke. Kita lihat dapat apaan. Skip. Nice, dapat 3. Kayaknya battle barusan cukup bagus buat battle score gua. Oh my god. Lebih dari 5 kali berturut-turut setiap gue dapet ini pasti beda elemen. Parah. Ini tiga-tiganya emang gak bakal gue pakai karena ini beda elemen dan 2 ini tadi gue udah dapet yang bagus, jadi ya bener-bener gak guna sih. Oke, gue akan balik ke kota, ke Mondstadt, dan gue akan tukerin jadi condensation dulu. Baru gue akan ke mana? Ke Liu aja kali ya, kita buat apa namanya, wishnya di Liu aja kali aja, langsung Ganyu kan. Oke, dapat 20. Claim. Oke. Terus gue akan ke Battle Pass dan ambil ini. Oke, kita lihat. 15 menit lagi sih gue akan dapat 90 sih. Jadi kayak mungkin akan gue tunggu aja kali ya. Di sini semuanya dapat yang biru doang, jadi gue nggak butuh. Gue belum beli yang merah karena atau Battle Pass karena udah lumayan seminggu lebih ini, bahkan hampir 2 minggu lagi jarang main, jadi otomatis weekly gue juga belum kelar sampai sekarang. Bahkan biasa tuh 16 tuh udah mau kelar, 16 day. Jadi harusnya sih ini tuh udah di waktu-waktu gue udah beres semua gitu, sampai BP levelnya harus udah 50, cuman ya kayak gue lagi sibuk banget, makanya gue nggak bisa kelarin. Lega bisa main bener-bener yang full. Ini lumayan sih sebenarnya, 80, terus ini ada 5, lumayan banget. Oke, kita lihat dulu secret trend. Kalau misalkan rank reward gue naikin, oke, 50 udah gue ambil dong harusnya. Ini tadi 100 ya, nggak nggak dapet. Nggak dapet sampai 55, jadi gue nggak terlalu butuh soalnya gue yakin gue udah sampai sekitar 53 itu minimal, karena gue ingat untuk ke 51 itu butuh 26.000, berarti kan basically ini dipotong kan jadi 50.000. Nah berikutnya itu 21.000 seingat gue, jadi 51 ke 52 itu berkurang lagi 21.000, berarti sekitar 29.000 lagi. Nah buat ke 53 itu itu 23 ribuan atau 22.000, 23.000 lah, jadi masih ada space kan, berarti ini langsung 53 dan nggak dapat primo game juga, jadi biarin aja lah. Terus apakah nunggu 13 menit? Coba kita lihat. $850. Yang pasti sih gue belum bisa ya pakai ini karena ini hanya 1.600, jadi ya udahlah gue beli satu-satu aja. Dan kita lihat ini nggak sampai 320, 640, jadi cuma 5 kali. Kebetulan untuk bintang 4 nya juga lumayan, ada Xiangling dan Noel, jadi gue nggak terlalu masalah, gue dapat bintang 4 juga karena ada Xiangling dan Noel. Dua, yang ketiga, 4, oh masih bisa sekali lagi. Iya, enggak juga. Oke lah, biarkan lah. Ya, kalaupun dapat 90 juga belum kan. Jadi ya, percuma nungguin tadi buat ganti hari. Wait, ini dikasih Skyward Pride sama Amos Bow. Aduh, Amos Bow tuh bagus sebenarnya. Gila, Amos Bow tuh bagus banget. Dan ini salah satunya bintang 5, sebenarnya gue pengen banget dapetin ini. Karena gue juga penasaran, ini increase number and charge attack damage-nya itu nambah 8% setiap 0,1 detik sampai 5 kali. Nah pas udah 5 ini berarti kan dia stay kan, tapi ya apa yang bikin dia reset gitu loh. Ini gue penasaran banget soalnya ini sakit banget. Bayangin normal attack itu nambah 60% damage, itu sakit banget kan. Dan bayangin juga kalau ini udah di refund 5, gua gak kebayang. Makanya ini gua rasa ini attack yang paling sakit sih. Dan dia juga dapat attack, makanya ini gua bilang attack paling sakit. Itu dia. Oke, kayaknya segitu dulu live kali ini. Thank you yang udah nonton dan see you.